we're going to see the departure of two characters, one of whom has been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
When it comes to sort of crafting what that's going to look like, what is that process like? Especially given that I believe at this point, Brandon and Katie are the only two, and Mick are the only ones that have been there since the show first began.
Yeah. I mean, it's frankly the most terrifying thing you can do, and it's the thing that you always second guess the most. The thing that it does provide, though, is it's really intense, and there definitely have been there's never been more tears shed in editing bays than episode 7, and it's funny how the things in the room that you pitch and it feels like a joke and our show always, I don't know, if you just heard the log line, it would seem ridiculous, but the thing that is a marvel to me is when you guys realize it, that even the thing that felt like, oh God, this is dopey and crazy and wacky, when you see it like brought to life, like, it'll totally bring you to tears. And like, I mean, that's remarkable that, like, I mean, because that's how we really feel about each other. And like, it's as real on the screen as it is in real life. And yeah, I mean, that's our Shakespeare episode, and whatever, parting being sweet sorrow and the rest, it's like, it's nailed it 400 years ago. It's like, yeah, you have to rip off someone, steal from the greats.
Is there anything you could tease about Ray and Nora's departures, or the circumstances of it, and how it might affect the team?
I mean, I guess, like, we've always imagined that Time on the Wave Rider was meant to be finite, that it was never meant to be, it was always meant to be a halfway home and not a permanent home, and that, like, once you've repaired whatever damage you had when you boarded the ship, that you probably should make room for another damaged soul. And again, it's also like, it's like real life as well. Like, you have your single friends, but when you get into relationships, sorry to break the news to all the people in young relationships who thinks that life is never going to change, but it does. Like, there's no way of going through a threshold in life and carrying everything that you had before. You have to forfeit something, and that's the pain and beauty of life,
I think that's what the show does so well. It's like this mix of, as you were saying before, it's like zany and crazy in this unbelievably mad world, but at the root of it, there are like connections and relationships and emotions that every human has and has to deal with. And I think that they come out in such beautiful, honest ways amidst all the mad, zany, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes it even like slightly more of a hit, like an emotional hit.
Yeah,
kind of almost
you're not
like
expecting it, yeah. And it's,
sure.
It allows us to say things that I think we would be too embarrassed to say, because we can sort of retreat behind, the silliness or the sarcasm or whatever, but like, between the lines, it's very earnest. And,